be conducting this session, and then we'll proceed ahead. So let me very quickly share with you how we'll be conducting this session. So when we formally start the session, at that time, I will start off with the introductions, and then we'll understand about Indian Business Portal and the step-by-step process. And towards the end of the session, we'll break into a question answer round, wherein if you have any question or if there is anything which is not clear to you, we'll try to provide a answer. We'll try to provide a response to that. So that's how we'll be conducting the session. The most crucial or important aspect would be that you get answers to your queries. So if there's a question, if there is something which is not very clear to you, do please feel free to ask your question. Mr. Prateek, who is a FIO official, he's also joining us today. So if there's anything which is not very clear to you, or if there is any export specific question that you would want to understand, or you need clarification or on anything related to export, you can also ask that question with Mr. Prateek. So this is where once again I would like to welcome everyone to today's session. I will just need 1 second. There seems to be some issue with our live stream. So I'll just quickly check on that. All right, perfect. So live stream is perfect. All right, so within 1 minute, we'll get started. So this is where I think I should get started and provide an introduction. But before I do that, I mentioned to you that you should proactively, or you should feel free in asking your questions. So how do you ask your question? So down below, you'll see there's an option called Q&A. So capital Q and sign and then A. So you can use that option, although you can technically ask your question using the chat as well. But sometimes there's a lot of exchange which happens in the chat. So there are a lot of people chatting amongst themselves, or there are other things getting discussed there. So that's where there's a possibility that your question might get missed. So it is better that you should ask your question using the Q&A feature. So just click on it and you can ask your question. Now, many times when we are in a public gathering, although we are in a virtual gathering, but it is still public. And that is where, again, many times we feel that what will others think when we are asking this question. So sometimes there are questions, there are doubts in our mind, but we shy away from clarifying those just because we are not feeling very confident, or we are feeling a little conscious as we are in a public gathering. What will others think? So in that case, there's a in that Q&A feature that I told you about. That's where you'll find there's an anonymous option also. You can use the anonymous option to ask your question. So in case you want to hide your identity, but still want to get a response and answer to your question, you can use anonymous attendee option and you can ask your question. But more importantly, what I'm trying to convey to you is that you should clarify your doubts. You should not go back with any doubts. In fact, me and Prateek will also share our contact details with you. So if there's anything which we are not able to clarify in today's session, you can reach out to us personally and we will connect one-on-one with you and we'll clarify your doubts. All right, so this is where we'll get started with today's session. Firstly, I should welcome you all. So once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. And my name is Adnan. I am Director SME Commerce Growth at Global Inker, and my functional or my focus area at Global Inker is digital commerce. In addition to that, I actively work on guiding or educating micro and small business owners in various countries on how they can use digital to grow their business. And so far, I had the wonderful opportunity of conducting more than 350 training sessions and webinar, and had been able to connect, interact, and share some knowledge with about 12,000 businesses from various countries. So that was a brief introduction about myself. Now I would request Mr. Prateek, who is a FUO official, to also share a brief introduction about himself and also share with the audience about Indian Business Portal. Prateek, you're on mute.
Yes, thank you, Adnan, and very good evening to all of you. My name is Prateek Navle, and I work as heading this Indian Business Portal and Indian Trade Portal at FIEO. And you must be aware about the Federation of Indian Export Organization, which is an apex body who helps the exporters for facilitating and promoting exports from India and also addressing the issues of exporters. So, Indian Business Portal is specifically created for those SMEs, number one, who don't have their digital visibility. So it offers the FIO Global Linker is a platform which is also part of Indian Business Portal, where you are creating your own digital visibility without paying any cost. You can create your own store. You can put your products. You can check that. Further, you can sell that product domestically or internationally. Absolutely, there is no charges from our side. Further to that, when you wanted to showcase your product to globally to the international buyers, there has to be some platform where all foreign buyers can land and they can see the sellers from India. You must be aware there are MSME Mart, there are many platforms, India Mart, Exporters India, where the many exporters are available. So here, whoever is basically connected to create their own store and they are publishing their store, they have been basically integrated into the Indian Business Portal. On Indian Business Portal, foreign buyers register on themselves, they connect to the Indian sellers, they place the order, they can do the e-commerce, or they can send those their details directly to the FIEO. That FIEO can basically shortlist some good sellers from this platform or from the exporters database and share with them. We need to understand on Indian Business Portal, there are absolutely no databases available where you are clicking and checking that, okay, what are the buyers for rice? But definitely there are many buyers who are registering themselves, and we are connecting individually to each of those buyers to understand their own requirements. While understanding and going through with this process, there is a lot of time is required to understand that. And I'm happy to share with that we are successfully completed 2-3 products, one-to-one meetings with foreign buyers and Indian sellers on this platform only. Many foreign buyers requirements are directly coming on Indian Business Portal, and that is publicly available without any registrations. So you people can submit that information. So while coming on Indian Business Portal, keep in your mind, it's a free platform. It's a digital platform where you can showcase your product. If you don't have a website, create your website. There is no charges. Secondly, you can showcase your product and you also get the flavor of selling product in an e-commerce way as well as B2B at one platform. So you don't want to have your own different e-commerce website and another B2B website. You can get the inquiries. You can do both the things on the same platform. Secondly, whoever is a member of FIEO, whoever members of other Export Promotion Council, they can publish their certification IECs on this particular platform, which gives certain level of credibility to the foreign buyers that what exactly these IEC you have or what kind of certifications you have. You can publish that, and this is the way we are basically connecting with the buyer. Buyer are keeping the trust on FIU as well as on IBP, and they are sharing that. So we will also need your prompt responses and prompt help in terms of getting connected with the foreign buyers. And we request you that if you really have a good products, if you are eager to show your products to the foreign buyer, please send us an email or drop your product details in the chat box also, where we can pick that information and we will start identifying the buyer and invite them. Currently, we are doing this same exercise for spices, sports, toys, and all that. But if you have a different product, we will be happy to take that product to the foreign buyers and connect them. So this is, you people can think of, it's more of a matchmaking as well as the selling platform is there. So it is open for everyone. And I think I will not take much time and I will allow Adnan to take it forward tell everyone that where they can find the foreign buyers details, how they can submit their interest, and how they can get the alerts of this new leads. That is very much important. If things that they should subscribe to this platform. Okay. Thank you, everyone. We will be there to answer your questions. But first of all, have a quickly review of Indian Business Portal. Over to you, Adnan.
Thanks, Pratik. And I can see there were a few members who were in a hurry, so I've already added the link of the video. So if any one of you is in a hurry and you would want to understand very quickly, so there's a video link in the chat. And review the video. It is a comprehensive video explaining the entire process. So you can review the video, and that will help you understand the process. All right, so this is where I am going to start sharing my screen, and I will be very detailed. So that's where I shared the video. So if there's a paucity of time, you can review the video. Because for me, being detailed or being over detailed is something which I do because I understand there are different members and everyone should understand the information that we are trying to provide here, right? So you may be tech savvy and you may be able to understand that information, but other person don't. So that's where we go little detailed. So this is where I'm going to start sharing my screen and we will proceed ahead. So before beginning, once again, let me welcome all of you. So good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants. What you're seeing on your screen is Indian Business Portal, and we'll definitely be talking about around Indian Business Portal. But let me straight away jump into the most important aspect, which all of you will be very keen to understand, and that is how you can benefit from Indian Business Portal. So this is where, as Mr. Pratik mentioned, there is a place on Indian Business Portal where you can go and you can start seeing the various requirements from international buyers, sorry. So this is the section where you can see the various requirements. So this is where, and they keep switching. So if you click on view all, you'll be able to see all of them at one place. So this is where you can see there's a importer from Israel, there's a South Korea, there's a Kenya, and if you have to submit your requisition, you can click it from here and you'll be able to submit your requisition. So this is the place where you should keep an eye on, where international buyers or requirements. So this is where international buyers are coming and they are submitting their request that, hey, we are interested to buy from Indian exporters. An Indian exporter should submit their quotation. This is our requirement. So this is the RFQ process which they are using. So this is where I would request everyone to keep an eye on this section. And whenever a new requirement is coming, you should get updated. How will you get updated? By creating an online store for your business. Once you have created an online store, you will automatically get an update that there is a buyer requirement. In fact, you will be able to submit the requisition from the seller panel of that online store only. And that is something that we'll cover in a more detailed session in the next week. However, in today's session, because we have to also go through the entire store setup process, so we'll not be going to that. But this is the section where you'll see various leads coming through. So keep an eye on this section, create your online store so that you get an update whenever a new lead is coming, as well as you will be able to submit your requisition. In fact, you will be also able to chat with the international buyer. So in case they want to have a conversation, you'll be able to chat on through that RFQ interface also. That is something that we'll be covering in the next week's session in greater detail. All right, so now let's begin with our introduction of Indian Business Portal. So firstly, what is Indian Business Portal? So Indian Business Portal is a platform which is created to promote Indian export, which is already explained by Pratik. So how does it do that? So this is where it is allowing Indian exporters to showcase your products on a single platform. So this is where, as exporters, you are all coming together and you are showcasing your products. right? Now, sorry, I have a bad throat, so please bear with me on that. So you're showcasing your products, and at the same time, international buyers are coming. Few is putting a lot of effort to bring in international buyers. So those international buyers are coming to IBP and Indian Business Portal, and they are reviewing the products of Indian exporters. They are connecting with them directly, or they are using the post buy requirement feature to submit their requisition that, hey, we are looking for this product. And then Indian exporters are submitting or responding for to those requisitions or submitting their quotations, right? So that's how the exchange between Indian exporter and international buyers are happening. What are the various options that an international buyer can use to connect with an Indian exporter? That is something all I'll be showing to you a little shortly. How do you access Indian Business Portal? It is very simple. You can type indianbusinessportal.in, or you can search for Indian Business Portal, and this is the website which opens up. Now, because this is a platform which is created to promote export, there are certain features, or the entire platform is customized to facilitate export. So, for example, even the search, which looks simple, is also empowered, or it has been made capable so that it can fulfill the specific requirement of export, which is a search by HS code. So this is where international buyer, when they are looking for export products or products from Indian exporters, they can come here and they can search by HS code and they can see the product. All right. So the search, we have a very broad categorization comprising of more than 4,500 categories and subcategory. Now, these are also very important with respect to when you're creating your online store and listing your products. So you have to do a mapping. And this is where Indian exporters are showcasing, or they are showing their product across these categories or subcategories. So international buyer can either search or they can go through the navigation, and there are few highlighted sections which we are seeing here where products from Indian exporters are displayed, right? Now, how does a international buyer connect with you? What are the various options? And I'm just answering these questions because these are the frequently asked questions, or almost in every session these questions gets asked. So that's where I thought of providing a response. So for example, we have this product. I will just open this product very quickly. So this is a product which we are looking at, and this is the seller, where the Amrit. I'll just click on the title and we can see their profile. So they are based off Varanasi and they have started their business in 2016. And this is where we have their entire product catalog. And if we want to understand more about this particular business, we can also do that. So this is where we have about us, and this is where we have the details about the business. And then they are manufacturer, they are interested in agency request and distributorship. And if you want to add your license certificate, those are also displayed here. All right. Now, how can a international buyer connect with you? What are the various options? So one is they can click on contact seller, which you can see here, and they can connect with you, or they can click on request meeting, which is a very popular feature, and they can schedule an online meeting. And similar to how we are meeting here today, similar to that, they can also meet you, they can explain the requirements, and then you can provide a solution or a quotation to you, or quotation to them. And then we have visit store. So this is where they can click, and they can also visit your online store, and they can review your details, and they can also contact you on your online store. So sorry. So these are various methods which are available, but more importantly, why did I spend a few minutes here to explain to you that the important point that I'm trying to convey to you is that the international buyer is going to be dealing directly with you. There's no intermediation, or there's no aggregation of inquiries that is happening here. This is a platform where you are getting direct visibility, and there is a direct interaction between international buyer or importer and you, which will be happening, right? So this is where they'll come, they'll connect with you, and they'll interact with you directly. Now, many people also ask me that what is the genuineness or credibility of international buyers who are coming through Indian Business Portal. So basic level of contact detail verification is something which already happens on the platform. But in addition to that, we always encourage or recommend to our participants or members of Indian Business Portal that you should do your due diligence while you are dealing with an international buyer or while you're getting into a business transaction with a foreign entity. You should do your own due diligence. This is where we are not committing that they will be 100% genuine. Do your due diligence and be rest assured, do your evaluation, and on the basis of that evaluation, then you should proceed ahead. All right, so this is where now I should quickly explain to you the process that you have to follow to start showcasing your products on Indian Business Portal. So before I start explaining the process, I would like to clarify few entities or elements in this ecosystem that we are about to join. What are those entities or elements in the ecosystem? The first one is your FIO Global Inker account, which is where you will be doing business networking. I've just quickly switched the screen. This is a demonstration account that I have on FIO Global Inker. So this is where you can come and you can network with business owners from 150 countries. So this is one element. The second element is your online store. So for that, also, I'm going to switch my screen. And this is where we have few examples. And these are also exporters, by the way. So this is online store. So this is a electronic motor or industrial motor exporter. This is a carpet manufacturer from Mirzapur. This is a forged product manufacturer from Coimbatore. And this is a packing machine exporter. This is a hospital equipment manufacturer and exporter. Their online store. This is a polymer or rubber molding product manufacturer. This is a coffee or instant bending machine premix manufacturer. So tiles manufacturer and exporter. So these are various examples which are there, but these are online stores. So this is the second element or second element in the ecosystem. The third one is Indian Business Portal. All right. So these are the three elements. So I may be referring to them and you should not get confused. That's why I thought of clarifying about these elements beforehand. All right. Now this is where let's start understanding the process, how you can join Indian Business Portal and you can start showcasing your products here. So obvious first step is to open Indian Business Portal. And once you have opened Indian Business Portal, then you have to click on register as Indian exporter, sell on Indian Business Portal. Very simple. Just click on that and which will open this page. On this page, obviously, you will be tempted to click on create your catalog and move to the next step. But I would advise you should not do that. Instead, you should scroll down for a moment. And here you'll see there's a section called frequently asked questions. In this section, the question number 1, you'll see there is a tutorial video which we have embedded. You should click on that and which will open this video. And this is where you'll find the step-by-step guide. I've already added the link of this video in the chat. So this is where all the steps are clearly defined in the video. So the entire step-by-step process is defined in this video, and we will be using this video for understanding the next steps. But before we go there, many times, in fact, even on our YouTube channel, people have come and they have asked that, hey, can you provide the tutorial in different languages? So we have this tutorial available in English as well as Hindi. So if you want to access the Hindi tutorial, how do you do that? So you have to just go to the description of the video. That's where we have provided the link to the Hindi tutorial. It is here. Then click on it and you can review the video. Same video available in Hindi. All right. So just in case if you want to review, that's why I thought of sharing that. Now let me go full screen. Obviously, we'll not be playing the video. That will not be a very wise use of your and my time. So we will just keep fast forwarding. So we have already seen the steps. So we'll just ignore that. The next screen, once you click on create your catalog, this screen will open up. On the screen, you have to just input your first name, last name, email ID, create a password, click on agree and continue, which will bring you to the screen, do a mobile OTP verification. After that, you have to input your GST number, which will verify your account or verify your business. Now, this is a crucial step. I always advise, or I strongly advise that you should do that, because this is where I showed you the community aspect where you'll be doing business networking. So if you are not verifying your business, firstly, you'll not be able to use many of the features. Let me just quickly demonstrate that in case it is not clear. So this is a demonstration account, and obviously it is not a verified account. So if I try to share something about my business that, hey, these are the wonderful products that I make, I can't do that, right? So it is not allowing me to do that. So a lot of features which you can use to share information or update about what product or services you are offering, you'll not be able to do that, because certain features will remain deactivated because you have not verified your business. In addition to that, because this is where one of the common activity or one of the uh, regular activity where business owners indulge in is to find buyers and suppliers. Now, there can be a scenario that an international buyer from some country is looking for your product, but they may shy away or they may not connect with you because they feel or they may feel that you're not a genuine business because your business is not having the verified mark. So it will hardly take you a minute or couple of seconds to do that. Just copy paste your GST number and it will get verified. All right. So that is the business verification. After that, you have to input your business name and then select the legal entity type, location, and you will move to the next step. After that, you have to select the industry. So this is where you have to select the industry. You can do that from the drop down, or you can type the industry name and you can select that. And then we have the operations or type of business activities you are engaged in. So this is where if you are a manufacturer and exporter, you should select both the fields. So it is a multi-select field depending on which all activities you are engaged in. So for example, if you are a manufacturer, retailer, and exporter, you should select all three of them. So once you are done, this is where your business account creation or FIO Global Linker account creation work is completed. So this account which I showed to you, sorry, this account which I showed to you, this is created, although obviously there are areas of improvement where you can work on, but this is completed. And now we will start the work on creating the online store. So this is where the journey begins. And this is where the first step is to click on convert now, which you can see here is also highlighted in the video, which opens this overlay. On this overlay, you have to answer 3 simple questions and then click on next, which opens this overlay. On this overlay, you have to select a design theme, whichever design theme you're liking. You can select that and then you can move to the next step. It is a very simple step and you will hardly spend like 2 seconds here. But this is where, trust me, a lot of people get confused and we get a lot of calls on help desk where people are confused. So I'll try to answer as many questions which we know are frequently asked or where people get stuck. The first question is, what if we select a particular design theme? For example, I select this particular design theme. I think it is called Electro. I select this design theme, and when my digital catalog is created, when my online store is created, or like 1 month down the line, sorry, 1 month down the line, I am not finding it very attractive. I'm not, I'm feeling that it is not doing the justice to the products or services that I'm offering. In that case, am I stuck with that design theme or can I change? The answer is absolutely you are not stuck at all. You can change from one design team to another design team, and you'll not believe you'll be able to do that in just 5 seconds. Yes, you can switch from one design theme to another design theme technically in 5 steps or 5 seconds. Although you have to do banners and color customization, which takes a little more time, but technically you can do the switch in just 5 seconds. So don't get a feeling that you are stuck or you are marrying a particular design theme. You are absolutely not doing that. Then easily switch from one design theme to another design theme. At this moment, what is required, whichever design you're liking, you can select that. The second, it is not a question, but it is sort of a confusion that people get. They feel that a particular design theme is only for one type of product. Also, let me explain. So, for example, here we can see apparels. I'm not sure how big it is on your screen, but this is where you can see formal wear. So people feel that if someone is in garments only, then they can use this theme. If I'm in industrial products, I can't use, or if I'm in agri product, I can't use this theme. Whereas that is not true. Any theme can be used by any business. The products which you are seeing here, they are only for representation purpose. They are only for example purpose. All right. Now, the third point is actually not a question, but something which I feel is important and I should share with you. And that is related to design theme. So I've seen that people get over fascinated with the design theme, right? We should do, or we should have the best design theme. We should have this like that like. So this is where be conscious of the fact that what you are working on. I'm not saying that you should not be very involved with that and you should not try to have the best in terms of design, etc. I'm not saying that, but this is where don't get over fascinated with it, because this is something which you are bound to change. Industry best practice is you should change your design theme or look and feel of your online store at least once in a year, right? So every 12-month maximum, you should change that look and feel. And the easiest and the quickest way to change the look and feel of your online store, your digital catalog, is by changing the design theme, right? So you are actually, it is not a permanent thing. You'll not be using it for a very, very long time. You'll be using it for a short period of time, probably for 12 months or even shorter. We can, some people change it in 3 months or 6 months also, right? So this is where don't get over fascinated with it, because you will be changing. Now, many people will be thinking, like, why is he saying that? Why should we change our design team if our products, our store is looking very nice? Why should we spend our time and energy on changing, right? Correct question. If I was in your position, I'll also have that question. So there are two reasons behind that. One is more psychological. If you keep on looking at a website or an online store and there's nothing changing, everything is the same, you tend to get a feeling that there's no action or no change happening with this business. It is more or less the same. So it gives a static sort of feeling. That is a psychological thing, may be true or may not be true with individuals. But the second reason is very important. The second reason is from the technology front. We all understand that technology keeps evolving. Now, what happens today is 1st of December, and that's where you have chosen a particular design theme. Now, in next 12 months or 11 months, there will be newer features, newer ways of presenting the products, all that will get evolved and implemented on various newer design theme, right? So on 1st December 2024, your design theme may not be contemporary, or it may not have the all the latest visuals or latest methods of showing the products or latest features which are there. Yeah, so you will be like at least a year old, because you're not having. And that is where people, especially the newer customers or newer generations which are coming in, they're like very tech savvy, they keep on visiting so many websites and online store, they'll feel that this looks like a fairly old store. They haven't done anything on that, right? So those kind of things will start happening. But more importantly, you will be missing out on newer feature. That is the reason why it is sort of a common practice that you should change the design theme every 12 months, right? I thought of clarifying that because this is where I personally seen a lot of people getting stuck, spending unnecessary amount of time. So that's where I thought of clarifying that. Again, coming back to this discussion which we were doing, this is where you have to just review the various design themes which are there, whichever one you are liking, select that. Tomorrow, if you don't like it, you can easily change it. It is not a very effort heavy process. All right. After that, you'll move to this screen. This is where there are just two fields. One is the store name, which is your business name. So if there, and it is pre-populated. So if there is any typo error or there is a spelling mistake, correct that. The second is store URL, and this is where you'll see there's a code or it may be blank. This is where you have to type your business name. You have to keep few things in mind. The maximum limit is 25 characters. So if you have a very long business name, in that case, you may have to uh, leave some part of it uh, and include whatever fits in 25 characters. So that is one. Second is you cannot have space or you cannot have any special characters like hashtag, etc. You can't have that. It can have alphabets, it can have numbers as well. So alphabet, numbers, 25 characters limit, no space. That is what you have to type here. And this is where, again, I'm going very, very basic, but the purpose or the objective is to help everyone understand. So what are we doing here? This is where we are defining the URL of your online store. What is a URL? So something which we type to open a website. So for example, to open Indian Business Portal, we type indianbusinessportal.in, or to open Google's website, a more common example, to open Google's website, we type google.com. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your digital catalog, your online store, what they should be typing, or let me switch the screen. I was showing you a few examples here. So to open this website, someone has to type Kyra Ceramics to open this website, or someone has to type mnpolymers.com to open this website, or I think I have, yeah. So this is where we have another example where a user is using Linker.store. So this is Bhavi Apex Industries.linker.store. So open this website, this digital catalog, this is what we are typing. This is the URL of this online store. Now let's switch back to the screen. Now, what is this Linker.store? So Linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to our users absolutely free of cost, and you can use it for as long period as you want. Now, that leads to a question that why are we doing that? What is our agenda here? So we are doing it on a purpose. It is not like we are just giving it for no reason. Absolutely not. There's a purpose behind that. And the purpose is this understanding that many of our users, when they are going through this journey, they are doing it for the very first time. And this is where you all will also agree that you don't make websites every other day, right? So you're doing it for the very first time, or someone may have done it earlier, but this is a activity which you are not very familiar with, right? And anything which we are not familiar with, we always feel little stress with that. Now, when you are already little unfamiliar and stressed at that point of time, if I ask you that you have to point the DNS, you have to go to and point the DNS of your domain to our server, or you have to implement the SSL, all that will be little too confusing for you. So that is where we provide Linker.store so that you can conveniently go through this journey. And at a later stage, when you are more confident and where you are done through all the steps, that's where you can take it live on your own domain as well. I've already shown you the examples, but let me do that once again. So this is an example wherein a user is using Linker.store, and this is an example where they are live on their own URL, or this is another example, or this is another example where they are live on their own domain. Although I've answered this question, but I'll answer it more specifically that yes, it is possible to take this website or this online store that we are creating live on your own domain. So if you have your own domain, certainly you can do that. In fact, if you are not confident doing that, you can reach out to us and we will help you out with that process. All right, so this is the last overlay that we have to see. Once you are done through that, the overlay will close and this pop-up will start appearing. This is what I'm referring to. So we have already covered the 3 steps. We have to just do one last step, and that is where we have to just upload one product. So we have to click on that and it will take you to this interface. On this interface, you can just fill in the information in this form and you can upload one product, and that will conclude the store creation journey. Now, many times people ask me curiously that we have a fairly large catalog, and if we go through this process of uploading products one by one, it will take us a very, very long time. It will take us a lot of effort don't you have a bulk product upload process available wherein we can just fill in the information into an Excel file and we can very quickly upload the product? The answer is absolutely yes, that process is available and you can use that. In fact, in the video also, we have provided the instructions where you can go and use the bulk upload process. Coming back to this screen, this is where we have guided the users on how you can upload the products, how you can fill in the information. And it is a fairly detailed video, which you'll see here. So every step, every element is explained in detail. So we'll not be spending our time and energy there. There are only two aspects which I would want to clarify. The first one is GI product. This is where, again, it is a frequently asked question. So this is where you see GI product. So GI product is a geographic indication product. So these are the specialty products which are there from a particular region. So if I can switch my screen once again and let me take you to Indian Business Portal for a moment. And here you can see we have GI product as a special category, or the first category on Indian Business Portal is GI products. These are geographic indication of India. And this is where we can see the various GIs which are there. And if we go by location, Varanasi, this is where we can see the various GIs which are there from Varanasi. For example, Varanasi or Banaras is very popular for Banarsi sarees. Similarly, they are popular for wooden lacquer toys. So, and if we click on wooden lacquer toys, we can see the various manufacturers of wooden lacquer toys which are listed on the platform. But more importantly, for everyone's understanding, GIs are unique products which are either cultivated or manufactured at a particular location. For example, Nagpur oranges or Kashmiri saffron or tea from Darjeeling. Those are GI products. And as you can see here, it is not just limited to agriculture. It can have food, handicraft, manufacturing, or natural as well. All right, so now let's go back to the screen. So if you are someone who is dealing in GI products, in that case, you have to tick on that square box and then you will move to, you will start seeing these two categories and subcategories, these two drop downs. This one, these ones, they will start appearing and you have to select a category and subcategory. Once you are done, then you have to upload the GI certificate. Yes, without uploading GI certificate, you cannot specify your products as GI product. In fact, for a moment, if we switch our screen and we quickly go to the product interface, this is where, and I'll just open the product. Sorry, let's open the product so that, so each product you can see carries a GI emblem. So it is highlighted as a GI product. Now this GI product will only start appearing when you have uploaded the certificate. You don't have to upload it for each and every product for months in a category, or for one product from a particular category. You have to upload the product, upload the certificate, and then you can start showcasing your products as a GI product. So if you are dealing in a GI product, this is the process that you have to follow. And then we have category and subcategory. Although it is explained in the video, I'll just spend few seconds here to explain what is category and subcategory. So for a moment, if we again go back to Indian Business Portal, I showed you this navigation where we have these category and subcategory. So essentially, as a seller, what you're doing here is you are telling, or you are giving instructions to the system that this is the category and this is the subcategory that my product belongs to. For example, if you are a women ethnic wear manufacturer, so you are telling that showcase my product in fashion apparels and fabric and in ethnic wear category, so that the products are appearing in the right category. So that is what you are doing here. They're not displayed on the front end. There's a separate navigation which is displayed on the online store. This is where you are just giving the instructions to the system. All right. The rest of this step is captured in the video in quite detail. So we'll just skip that. And we will quickly move to the end. So the product upload process entirely is explained here. Once you have uploaded the product, just one product upload is required. You have to click on this home shaped icon. And once you click on that, it will take you to the screen. This is where you'll see there's a publish button up top. This is a big publish button. You have to click on that, and that will conclude the store creation journey, you'll see this congratulatory message and confetti will start falling from the top. So this is where you have concluded your journey. Towards the end of the video, I have uh, talked about the compliance checklist. So in this video, we have captured the mistakes which can prevent your products or services or your business from being showcased on Indian Business Portal. So I've already provided the link of this video in the chat. I'll do that once again. Review this video, and the link of this video is also there in the description. Let me just quickly show you that. So this is where you'll find the link of compliance checklist video. Please review this video as well. This will save you a lot of time and effort, because many times we receive inquiries from exporters that, hey, we have created the online store, but it is not appearing on Indian Business Portal. And then when we investigate, we find out there are few issues. Because of that, the products are not appearing. So it will help you save all that time and effort. All right. So this is how you will be able to create your online store and complete the journey of the online store setup creation. But your work is not over yet. Now I'm going to quickly switch to the seller panel of this demonstration store or account, which I was showing you earlier. So the immediate next step that you have to do is to upload the remaining product or services. So you can go to the product section. If you want to upload one by one, you can upload it from here. If you want to upload in bulk, you can do it from here, right? So that is one thing that you can do. Then as you are uploading the products, parallelly, there is another activity that you should do. That is your step number 3 is go to store settings, store details, and you have this section called about your export. This is where you have to provide information about your export, that whether you are a FIO member or not, you have IEC certificate or not, type of business, year of establishment, what type of operations you are into, what are you MSME, export turnover, countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees. If you have license or certificate, you must be having, you should upload them from here. Advantage and innovation. So this is where you are briefly specifying why should someone do business with you. And lastly, you are specifying what type of proposals you are interested in, and then you click on save. So I showed you earlier, this information is displayed. So I may have that. Yeah. So this information is displayed here on Indian Business Portal. So you'll be able to present yourself as a credible, as a trustworthy, as a genuine business in front of international buyers. So please do update this information also. So product, this information about your export. And the last thing that you have to do is to make your online store presentable. That is step number 4. For that, you can go to my store and you have themes. So if you want to change the theme, you can do that. And you can use the store preview to upload banners or customize the color scheme. So that can be done from here. But it is equally important that you should have a presentable. I'm not saying, or I'm not expecting that you should create the world's most beautiful looking online store, beautiful looking website. Not at all, but it should be presentable, right? So if you have created something it does not have a logo or it does not have banner, it just have few product, obviously when someone is looking at it, and especially international buyer, they will not proceed ahead with their approach. They may not even reach out to you. So it is extremely important that you should also have a presentable store, and it is all very easy and simple to do. So this is the next thing. In case you want to do a B2C or direct to customer, where you want to receive payments from international customers buying your product, in that case, you can also, or you should also enable payment and logistic. For that, you have to go to store settings and you can go to payment, and that's where you can enable PayPal for receiving payments. And for shipping, we have domestic as well as international shipping providers. So for example, we have Shipmax. You can activate it and you can use its services to deliver orders to international customers. All right. So this is where I am going to stop the screen share and we'll break into the question answer round. I can already see there are about 13 questions which are added. So again, if you have any question, please do feel free to add that in the Q&A. And before starting to review the questions, I'm going to do two things. One is I'm sharing my contact details, and second is I'm sharing the links of the videos which I talked about in the chat. So you'll have the videos also, right? So So we are starting to review the questions and we'll try to answer that. The first question, which I can see, is anonymous attendee, and the question is sus sustainability requirements for small business. I'm not sure who has asked this question. So this is where the question is not very clear. If you can elaborate on your question, or I've already provided my contact details. So you can reach out to me on my email ID detailing out the question, and we'll try to provide a solution to you. Uh, Next question, Mr. Damanpreet Singh wants to understand, will we get the recording? And this is where this is where I'm not just responding to Mr. Singh. I'm responding to everyone. Yes, you will all get the recording of this webinar on your email IDs, on the email IDs which you have used to register and join this webinar. On that, you will get the recordings of this webinar. So don't worry on that. Next question, Mr. Priyansh Jain wants to understand, can we edit the details on the website we create? Yes, absolutely. It is your website. You will be adding the details. What we are providing is just like the framework. You are adding the details. You can edit the details. This is entirely your website. You can do whatever you want. Anonymous attendee, please share the link of platform that you just mentioned. I think you're asking about Indian Business Portal, because that's the platform that I mentioned. So I'll just share the link with you. I'm just sharing that as a answer to you. Next question, Praveen Menon, not able to access. So Praveenji, this may be happening for the inquiries which are already closed. So if you can drop me an email with specific to which query you are facing this challenge, I'll get a look into it and I'll help you out. There are three questions asked by Mr. Raju Dumra. I'll answer one by one. Does it require signing up for any membership or subscription going forward to continue using this service?